down to the last possession, and unfortunately, a lot of those we lost this year.
This morning, one and done. A loss that defined the season for Badger men's basketball.
Plus, new images of destruction overnight from Ukraine as Russia ramps up its attacks, what the Ukrainian president is asking the U.S. for.
And we have your first warn of snowfall potential, 4 to 7 inches across the area. We'll time it all out coming up.
If it's Thursday, it's an alert day, and News 3 Now this morning is used to this by now after 6 weeks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka with your first warn forecast. Yeah, here we go again. Going on a good solid, just almost a month and a half.
It feels like since Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah.
We keep doing it over and over.
No early spring.
Yeah, it looks like we do have some more snow in the forecast today. Just as we get rid of it, we tend to get more snow. And this one does impact all of southern Wisconsin with 4 to 7 inches, fairly widespread. Once you get north of the Dells, a little bit less, and then south of the Illinois border. But once again, a bullseye right across southern Wisconsin. Therefore, we do have the first warn alert day from this afternoon right into tomorrow morning. Widespread 4 to 7 inches of snow, all of southern Wisconsin going to experience that. And the main impact is going to be the snow primarily. It will be coming down at a pretty good clip this evening. Now, with temperatures above freezing, a lot of that melting on contact, it's also going to be that really heavy wet snow. There will be a little bit of a wind that develops, but since it's that heavy wet snow, I don't expect a whole lot of blowing back onto the roads unless you're in a really open area. All right, temperatures this morning in the 30s. Just cloudy skies starting off the morning. As we go in the late morning hours, we'll start to see that snow spread on in. It should be initially light through the noon hour into the early afternoon hours. But as we go till 3, 4 o'clock, it will start to pick up in intensity up through 6 o'clock. Occasionally some moderate snow spreading for all of our counties throughout the afternoon and evening hours. So the morning commute, okay. And I think at noon, it'll be mixing with a little bit of light rain, mainly snow, though. Not much impact on the roads, maybe just reducing visibility. Probably need the wipers, but that snow will be starting to accumulate for that evening commute. Talk more about this storm system and also another one coming in on Sunday. More on that coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Several local communities are already declaring snow emergencies ahead of the storm. That includes Beloit, Blue Mounds, McFarland, and Janesville. There will be more added as the snow starts to fall, so be sure that you are up to date on all things Alert Day with our free First Warn weather app.
The Badger men's basketball team and their fans are unfortunately on their way home to Madison this morning. On the first night of the Big Ten tourney, they were unable to advance to the second round. It was a game that summed up Wisconsin's season, at times depressing, other times electrifying. Ohio State led by as much as 27 points in the second half, but the Badgers came clawing back, trimming it to as few as 4 in the final minute. Badgers fans overpowered Buckeyes fans, and the noise and numbers playing a massive part in the near comeback.
Badgers are kind of good at that. They really get our hopes up, and then kind of at the end there, they did make a comeback. We're really excited about that, but unfortunately they couldn't bring it all the way home.
It was the entire season. I'm on a group chat with a bunch of my buddies, and we feel like every game is the same. It's down to the last possession, and unfortunately, a lot of those we lost this year.
That is true. The Badgers played in 20 games decided by 5 points or less this season, one of the highest marks in college basketball. Although it doesn't seem likely at this point, we will wait and see if Bucky can still go dancing on Selection Sunday.
Continuing coverage now of the safety concerns on South Saline Road in Fitchburg. Last night, city leaders laid out some proposed design improvements to address safety. It comes 2 months after Beth Steffen, a beloved educator, was killed while on a walk along that road. The plans call for lowering parts of Saline Road to add for better sight lines and adding a roundabout nearby. We have a breakdown of all of the additional safety plans up this morning at channel3000.com. Now to new images this morning from Ukraine, where a missile strike that hit a residential area in Lviv has killed at least 5. It comes as Ukrainian officials and media say Russia unleashed a massive missile barrage on cities across the country, targeting energy infrastructure facilities. It was the first such attack in weeks. The governor of the northeastern Kharkiv region reporting more than 15 strikes on Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. To defend his country, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky continues to lobby the Biden administration for F-16 fighter jets.
Now to an update this morning as Madison police say a student was hit with a baseball bat in a bathroom. It happened at Bell Phillips Memorial High School. According to an email to parents, this was around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. School staff were immediately able to identify the students involved. The student who was hit allegedly didn't have any visible injuries. A district spokesperson says the attacker will face disciplinary action.
Continuing coverage now on the string of car thefts across the area. Madison police just arrested 2 teenagers, a 15 and 13-year-old, in connection with a string of burglaries and car thefts. The boys were arrested Tuesday at an apartment complex on Milwaukee Street. You're going to see where that apartment is in this animation here. Police say the 13-year-old was reportedly armed with a loaded handgun at the time he was arrested. This one right here on your screen. Investigators say the 15-year-old was also involved in another car theft. This one from last year, you may remember. This theft involved a stolen vehicle that crashed on the Beltline, and then a group of teenagers that ran into a nearby movie theater.
New this morning at 6:05, State Highway 73 is back open at this hour after a serious crash. It happened during the evening rush hour involving 2 vehicles. One of the vehicles ended up on its side. Take a look at this DOT camera footage. It took about 2 hours for them to clear it. No information has been released so far on the condition of those inside the vehicles. We do know the Dane County Sheriff's Office and Deer Grove EMS responded to that call.
A woman accused of poisoning her husband is due in court today. 50-year-old Amanda Chapin is charged with attempted murder in Lafayette County. The criminal complaint says that Chapin tried to poison her 70-year-old husband. Her husband accuses her of trying to poison her, him 3 times. One of those instances landed him in a coma. He says Chapin made him coffee, and the next thing he knew, he woke up in a hospital 4 days later. Doctors found phenobarbital in his system. The husband says that he kept that drug at the home because he's a veterinarian and uses it to euthanize animals. Chapin will have the chance to enter her plea at 1:15 this afternoon during her arraignment. City council vote means buildings in downtown Madison could be getting some extra floors. The council just approved an amendment to the existing zoning rules that would allow buildings with affordable housing to squeeze in more bonus floors as long as the whole building is still under the height limit in feet. District 2 Alder Patrick Heck says he hopes allowing developments to add more units will incentivize them to bring more affordable living options downtown.
7 minutes past 6 o'clock on this Thursday, Fitchburg is honoring a woman who has continued opening doors since leading the city as the first black mayor in the state of Wisconsin back in the 90s.
Pretty big deal. Frances Huntley Cooper, that's who we're talking about, has had a long, storied career since then. Armand Rahman reports on Fitchburg renaming its council chambers after her.
And with that, Frances Huntley Cooper's impact was forever ingrained in Fitchburg.
I can't imagine this community without Frances Huntley Cooper.
But one thing still remains at the front of her mind.
I hope that this continues to keep the doors open to support people of color.
She started opening those doors as Wisconsin's first black mayor up until only last year, when Milwaukee's mayor was elected.
I didn't know when I ran. I wasn't thinking about the first female or the first black mayor. I wanted to do a good job because that's the way I was raised. My grandmother said, if you don't do it, you need to be able to do a job well, or don't do it at all.
It seemed good job is an understatement, based on remarks from state leaders like Governor Evers.
Your efforts and involvement over the years have been instrumental in making our state a more just, inclusive, and equitable place that all of us call home.
Huntley Cooper's accomplishments include being chair of the Madison Area Technical College Board, president of Madison's NAACP branch, and even a delegate for President Barack Obama during the 2008 Democratic National Convention.
This is history. And as it is history, it's a living history. And it needs to be articulated, especially to our youth.
And it's the future generation that she hopes her legacy lives on through.
And you can't give up, and you can't let other people deter you from reaching your goal.
That was Armand Rahman reporting. The plaque declaring the room, the Frances Huntley Cooper Common Council Chambers, was donated by Tempo of the Madison Foundation, which Huntley Cooper served as president on from 2001 to 2002.
Well, the day is finally here. News 3 Now once again partnering with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Energy Servicing for a day of warmth. This telethon and donation drive will raise money for those in need across the state. It'll be held this afternoon between 4 and 6:30, but you can donate ahead of time. Details right now over on channel3000.com. 6:09 this morning coming up. We're looking ahead to the weekend. We always love it. We'll run down what's happening in the 6:08.
Also ahead, an emotionally exhausting game for the Badgers. We're going to hear how the team feels about Ohio State knocking them out of the Big Ten tournament and likely ending their season.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Good news. This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Now get a 2022 Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Everybody wants a whiter smile because having white teeth projects self-care, confidence, and attractiveness. Whether you're on the dating scene, interviewing for that new job, or simply looking to improve your smile, what you need is Power Swabs. Power Swabs is as easy as snap, swab, and smile. You'll notice 2 shades whiter teeth in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days.
The thing I love about Power Swabs is the convenience. Break it open, just rub it on your teeth, just like you're brushing your teeth. Let it sit there for a little bit, and you're done.
So I noticed I have a lot more stains on the sides right here. So with the Power Swab, I was able to go in there and really make sure that I was getting that coverage, and it really did work.
Just snap the stain out swab to remove stains from natural teeth, as well as caps, crowns, and veneers. Then snap the whitening swab to whiten your teeth 6 shades in 7 days. Finally, smile and show off your pearly whites.
It's 5 minutes in the morning and I'm out the door, and it's amazing. It's a week's worth of 5 minutes a day, and I couldn't be happier with the results.
With Power Swabs, there are no messy strips, trays, or lights you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Whether you smoke or drink coffee, tea, or red wine, Power Swabs is sure to lift those stains with 0 to minimal sensitivity. Just a simple 5-minute application, and each day you'll be 1 step closer to smiling with confidence.
I think it's the best thing in the world that I have a product that I can use in my own house, in my own bathroom, in my own mirror.
Having shades lighter on my teeth in such a short period of time, it almost feels like cheating, to be honest with you. And it tickles me that you can get those kind of results in that short a time period.
Try Power Swabs today and get 50% off your order and free shipping. Plus, get a free quick stick pin to remove those coffee, wine, or smoking stains on the go. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:13 on a Thursday morning. We are working for the weekend in the 6:08 with a look at what's happening around town. We're helping you plan out the weekend this morning. The Lenten season means Fish Fry Fridays are in full swing. This morning we're featuring St. Maria Goretti's Fish Fry. It's happening at the church tomorrow night from 4:30 to 7 and presented by the Knights of Columbus. Pre-sale tickets are available for purchase online. You can choose to eat in or carry out. It's also time for another torch-lit winter hike at Devil's Lake State Park. Staff will light a 2-mile path from the North Shore parking area all the way up through the Northern Lights campground. Bring your family and friends to enjoy the festive night. The event is free, but remember you do need a valid admission sticker to get into the park inside your car's windshield. Bike-A-Rama is back at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend, which has us thinking spring. If you're looking for a new bike or just bored waiting for some nicer weather, you can try out some on the skills course. There will also be information on local riding opportunities and youth programs, as well as great deals on parts and accessories. This is free for all, and there's no parking charge if you choose to ride to the event. Remember, we are your home for happenings in the 608. You can go to our section of channel3000.com or click on the community calendar.
I'm hoping that the weather gets nice enough sometime this weekend you can get the bike out. I know Kelly Slivka doesn't need it to get nice to get the bike out.
He'll go through 2 feet of snow.
I need it to get nice.
Yeah.
We took it out last weekend and it was wonderful. So yeah, I can't wait for biking season to officially start back up.
It's that time of the year where it's like one day everyone's outside, the next day everyone's hunkered in. Like it just, yeah.
There you go, Bike-O-Rama this weekend. Go check it out if you're excited like me to get your bike out this year. And while you're at it, shoot Josh a line. He's at Josh Brighter TV, or email him if you're interested in sharing some inspiration with him.
Always looking for stories. All right, let's get to Kelly Slivka and that alert day forecast because we're tracking more snow on a Thursday, Kelly.
Yeah, we've only had a few flurries this morning, but what we're watching is out to the south and west. Already seeing this kind of trucking along across Iowa, now moving through Des Moines. So southwestern Wisconsin, I think you'll be in line for this. First, probably 10, 11 o'clock, at least some light snow, and then Madison thereafter that. So that's why we do have the first warn alert day this afternoon right through Friday morning. Widespread 4 to 7 inches across the area. All of southern Wisconsin will be targeted by this. Now, as you plan your day today, so this morning we're quiet. Looking at cloudy skies, a bit of a breeze right now, but after the noon hour, we'll start to see at least some light snow moving in. When we get between about 4 and 6, 7 o'clock, that's when that snow will really pick up in intensity. But you do notice that temperatures are above freezing. So as the snow is falling, a lot of it's going to be melting, but it may be coming down at a pretty good clip. That some of that will be obviously accumulating on those roadways. So as we go through the evening hours, that's when the snow will become heavier. The roads will become snow-covered and slippery, especially with temperatures above freezing. It looks like a lot of this will be ending by tomorrow morning. So this evening's commute is going to be kind of hectic, but even with most of the snow tapering off by tomorrow morning, might be pretty hectic on some of those roads, especially early on in that rush hour tomorrow. Right now, we're in the 30s, 35 in Madison, Juneau 33, Lone Rock 36, Boscobel currently 37 degrees, across Dane County. Everybody is above freezing, 33 in Sun Prairie, 34 in Stoughton to Oregon, 33 currently in Verona. As we track the snow moving in, lighter snow, at least by the noon hour into the early afternoon hours, but you're starting to see some of these darker blues. That's indicating some moderate, occasionally some heavy snow. And that'll be hitting us later this afternoon, just in time for that rush hour into the evening hours. And as we go through the evening, this is when we're going to see the bulk of the accumulating snow. As we get closer to midnight, the snow lightens up, but it will be fairly steady overnight right through tomorrow morning before it tapers off for the morning commute, and just expecting some flurries by the mid-morning hours. But as you see, temperatures generally holding just above freezing, so some of this melting on contact. But when all is said and done, we're looking at widespread 4 to 7 inches targeting southern Wisconsin, a little bit less to the north, but even up toward Eau Claire, expecting about 2 to 4 inches. Headed down towards Chicago, about 2 to 4 inches of snow expected down there. Then we're talking about Saturday night into Sunday. We've got another system that'll be spreading on in, and that'll bring us another bout of some snow accumulation. That should be moving out as we go into a Sunday afternoon. So we have the first warn alert day today and also tomorrow morning. We spring forward, set those clocks forward 1 hour, but just as we're doing that, it's going to be snowing, so it's not going to feel like spring. We are looking at some accumulation Sunday, not as much as what we're getting now, but it does remain fairly chilly, it looks like, into early next week, with chances of a light snow and maybe a mix as we go into Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
And don't forget to change those clocks this weekend. Thanks, Kelly. Here's Sports Director Zach Hanley with your morning sports.
Wisconsin entered the Big Ten tournament with no margin for error. They're on Joe Lunardi's last 4 outline, and the only way they can help themselves is to win and stay on the right side of the bubble. And it all starts with Ohio State. Now, the thing about this team, they never make it easy on themselves. Down by as many as 27. And here come the Badgers. Chucky Hepburn splashes home the triple to make it an 8-point game. Then later in the second half, it's Tyler Wall banking in another 3. They'd get as close as 4, but it's one and done in the Big Ten tourney for Wisconsin. They fall 65-57.
I mean, it hurts because we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We knew the position we put ourselves into, and we had to come out here and win a game. And we definitely did not start with the urgency that we needed to. I do like the way that we fought back, but at the end of the day, we just got to be better.
Wisconsin women's hockey and the NCAA tournament go hand in hand. This trip is UW's 10th straight, but the goal isn't just to get to this point for such a storied program, it's to win it all. Britta Curl has a pair of national championships to her name and hopes to win another this season. As far as the captain's message leading up to Thursday's puck drop, well, the Badger forward plans on doing it exactly how it went down during her freshman season when she won her first.
I don't think there was ever anything said. I think it was just a feeling in the locker room that everyone had. Just kind of like this peace that everyone had before we, got into those games. So I think if we have it, we have it. I don't think there's anything I need to say or the coaches are going to say that's going to change that. There just has to be a belief and a sense of confidence, and I think we can definitely do it.
On the mat, Wisconsin is now 7 days away from the NCAA championships, and Dean Hamady is heading to Tulsa on a roll. The Badger sophomore is fresh off winning the 165-pound title at the Big Ten championships, where he dominated his weight class. And if you asked his head coach, Chris Bono, if Hamady is ready to make some noise on college wrestling's biggest stage, in his answer, national champion was brought up.
He's wrestling the best he's ever wrestled all year. And the momentum that he has right now is unbelievable. He thinks he's going to be the national champ. And that's 99% of it, is believing you can do it. And believing you can do it after you put a performance up like that is something special. So he's ready to go.
Back to you.
Coming up next, something that may have Ted Lasso super fans thinking about a trip to England.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we'll be right back.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Flex Steel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our Flex Steel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the grow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
'Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's the way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th. It's glow time.
This is Matt Gunderson, and this is Elmer, our canine cuddle ambassador, here to provide good-natured, loving, fuzzy support to further our level of personal care. Someday you might meet Elmer as we assist you with an individual life celebration.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz. She believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly. He supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
And share ways we can help build a healthy community together. Join us on air, online, and in your village, and take time for kids.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Flex Steel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our Flex Steel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
We're back on Birdwatch at 6:24 on a Thursday morning. Stanford.
It's a red-winged blackbird.
You got it.
You cheated.
It's like getting to take the test again. It's like you know what's on the test this time.
Totally failed about an hour ago on this one.
Yeah, you always see them in like meadows, on those cottails.
So do you really remember this stuff from like high school when we had to learn this?
Yeah, it was. I really got into birds and leaves, and I used to do a lot of fishing with my dad when I was a kid, so we would always see red-winged blackbirds.
Yeah. Thank you guys for not bringing up that I thought it was an Oriole earlier.
Hey, you brought it up
Well,
yourself.
there it is.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So there's the comparison. A lot more color.
I don't know
there.
how the heck I passed that class. I did, though.
And look at you now.
See, wouldn't that make a fun bit? Like if, you know, we went back and took high school classes again to see how we did.
That would be fun.
I would do that.
In the next episode of In the 608. KCG, as always, thank you for setting that in. And we love our birds here on News 3 Now this morning.
I learned something every day on this show,
We really do. We really do. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing, but it's fine. 6:25, it's always fun when there is a bar or restaurant themed after your favorite movie or TV show.
Hey, check this out. If you like that show, have you heard of it? It's called Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
It's very... Everybody's been talking about it for like 2 years. So the bar owner in England opening up her Lasso-themed bar to Airbnb for 3 nights. The AFC Richland superfan on the soccer-themed show is modeled after the owner of this bar, who really goes all out. The cost is only $11 a night after, 11 players per side there.
Oh, there you go.
All right, we're going to have the latest track and the snow totals on that big snowstorm coming up in your certified most accurate forecast. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
You've got places to be, things to do, goals to crush. So at Basecamp Fitness, we pack 50 minutes worth of calorie burn into just 35. How do we do it? By switching between 60-second intervals of air bike cardio and strength training to keep the workout and your progress moving forward fast, no matter what level you're at. Take a free class, join, and get a $100 Lululemon gift card through March 31st. Visit any of our 3 Madison locations or basecampfitness.com.
When you stay at a Verbo, you always get the whole home. Not part of it, but the whole upstairs, the whole downstairs, the whole fridge, and the whole secret nap room. Because is it really a vacation home if you have to share the house with the host? Only with Verbo.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. US Cellular, built for us.
One day, I will rock that swimsuit.
Your one day is closer than you think. From fresh meals to one-on-one coaching, Jenny Craig is Weight Loss Made Simple.
Your one day starts today.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Nacho cheddar cheese sauce, crispy bacon, Canadian bacon? Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Right now, high school attack. A Madison student beaten up in the bathroom. The weapon, police say, one of the teens used.
Plus, all in the name of affordable housing. How downtown Madison could soon be reaching for the sky a little more.
And if it's Thursday, it's another first warn alert day. 4 to 7 inches of snow. We'll spell it all out coming up.
Well, good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Kelly Slifka alongside us here with your alert day forecast. And I am running out of ways to toss to you on Thursdays because it's like, here we go. More snow.
Right? More snow alert day. Yeah. This hopefully will be the last one, but we'll see.
Somebody knock on some wood.
Please.
At least for the Thursday thing,
yes.
Maybe we can
want spring.
Get this weather pattern to shift a little bit, but not today because it looks like it'll be moving in this afternoon. Already by the noon hour, we're starting to see some light snow moving into the Madison area, but it'll be mainly after 2, 3 o'clock, and then it'll be picking up in intensity. And by tomorrow morning, when all is said and done, about 4 to 7 inches of snow. All of southern Wisconsin expected something in that range. You can see from Fond du Lac down toward Janesville, Madison, toward the Dells, Boscobel, looking at that 4 to 7 inches of snow. A little bit less once you get up toward Camp Douglas, maybe closer to 3 to 4 inches. But the weather impacts are going to be mainly some snow, and that's what we're talking about, mainly coming out of the system. Now, there will be a little bit of a wind with it as well, but I think mainly it's going to be snow. It's going to be a heavy, wet snow. Tracking it out, we'll look at clouds throughout the morning hours, a bit of an east wind. As we go into the late morning hours, into the early afternoon hours, that's when it starts to spread in from the southwest to the northeast. And as we get in the mid-afternoon hours, it'll probably become a little bit more moderate. And noticing the temperatures remain above freezing, so some of this will be melting on contact, but it'll be coming down at a good enough clip. Heavy enough that we could see some of that obviously accumulating on the roads. So headed out to the bus stop this morning. No problems, just cloudy skies, 30s out there. The snow does start to pick up headed home from school. We'll talk more about this storm system. We've got another one, though, as we go into the later part of the weekend. We'll have more on that coming up.
Sounds good. We already have some snow emergencies ahead of the big storm. It includes Beloit, Blue Mounds, McFarland, and Janesville. We are prepared for more snow emergencies, of course, as the snow starts to fall later today. You can keep up on all things Alert Day, by the way. Just get our free First Warn weather app.
Now to an update this morning as Madison police say a student was hit with a baseball bat in a bathroom. It happened at Vel Phillips Memorial High School. According to an email to parents, it was around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. School staff were immediately able to identify the students involved. The student who was hit allegedly didn't have any visible injuries, though. A district spokesperson says the attacker will face disciplinary action.
Continuing coverage now on a string of all those car thefts across the region. 2 Madison teenagers just arrested here, 15 and 13 years old. Police say they're connected with a string of burglaries and car thefts. The 2 boys were arrested Tuesday at this apartment complex on Milwaukee Street. Police say the 13-year-old was reportedly armed with this loaded handgun at the time he was arrested. They say the 15-year-old was also involved in another car theft incident last year after crashing a stolen vehicle on the Beltline, then running into a nearby movie theater.
New this morning, State Highway 73 is open again at this hour after a crash. It happened during the evening rush hour involving 2 vehicles. One of the vehicles ended up on its side, as we can see from the DOT camera footage. It took about 2 hours to clear this. No information has been released yet on the condition of those people in the vehicles, but we do know the Dane County Sheriff's Office and Deer Grove EMS responded to the call.
A woman accused of poisoning her husband is due in court today. 50-year-old Amanda Chapin is charged with attempted murder in Lafayette County. Now, the criminal complaint says that Chapin's 70-year-old husband accuses her of trying to poison him 3 times. One of those instances landed him in a coma. He says Chapin made him coffee, and the next thing he knew, he woke up in the hospital 4 days later. Doctors found phenobarbital in his system. The husband says he kept that drug at the house because he's a veterinarian and uses it to euthanize animals. Chapin will have the chance to enter her plea today at 1:15 during her arraignment.
Also due in court today, a former swim instructor facing child sexual assault charges. Prosecutors say 69-year-old James Miker groped 2 children while working at the Oregon Community Pool. The criminal complaint alleges doctors at the pool delayed disciplining Miker despite multiple complaints of harassment. Miker has an arraignment and bond hearing at 2:45 in Dane County Court.
6:34 now. A city council vote means buildings in downtown Madison could get some extra floors. The council approved an amendment to the existing zoning rules that would allow buildings with affordable housing to squeeze in more bonus floors as long as the whole building is still under the height limit in feet. District 2 Alder Patrick Heck told us that he's hoping by allowing construction companies to do this, that will incentivize more of them to bring more affordable living options downtown.
Also happening, some non-residential buildings in the city will have to go through tune-ups to meet new energy benchmarks. The program is part of the city's goal to reach a net zero level of carbon emissions by the year 2050. The mayor's office says the new program could cut carbon emissions by 91,000 tons per year. That's the equivalent of 18,000 fewer cars on the road.
There's a local stop group helping students find their rhythm. A step group at Mendota Elementary is teaching children about more than just moving to a beat, though. In fact, the teachers and coaches there are finding a few ways for students to lift themselves up and be proud of who they are.
It's a whole group activity, like no one feels left out, and you can help people if they need help with it. I'm the coach.
Self-confidence may not be in the textbooks, but it's an important lesson taught at Mendota Elementary. The group Stomp allows students to express themselves. You can learn all about Mendota Stompers on our website.
Madison police and Dane County deputies will be spending extra time this month on patrol. It comes after an overtime grant from the Department of Transportation. It allows extra patrols targeted towards drunk driving and seatbelt violations. Madison police say this extra enforcement is to prevent tragedies and make our roads safer.
DNA and genetic testing has led to an Illinois man being arrested 23 years after the brutal murder of a Southeast Wisconsin woman. Lucas Alonzo of Zion, Illinois, was detained in Racine earlier this week and charged with first-degree homicide. He's accused of killing 37-year-old Linda Fields. Police say her body was found under a low-hanging pine tree branch in 2000. Alonzo's DNA was found on Fields' body. Alonzo said they had a confrontation. He choked Fields, but walked away afterwards because he said that she was still yelling at him. Bail has been set at $1 million.
Airbnb releasing a new report saying women in Wisconsin made $57 million last year through their service. Across the U.S., women made about $7 billion last year and make up 58% of hosts on the website. The typical female home makes around $14,000 a year and has a 91% 5-star rating. Compare that to men who have 88%. The state where women made the most through Airbnb was California with a whopping $1.3 billion. The
Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade and Consumer Protection reminding poultry owners this morning of the increasing threat of the bird flu. This year's strain of the bird flu has left nearly 60 million birds dead across the country, far surpassing the outbreak in 2014, becoming the largest U.S. outbreak ever. Last year, 29 flocks in 18 counties in the state were found to have bird flu. The Department of Ag says the best way to protect flock is through biosecurity practices that don't allow virus introduction. If you do own poultry, but you do not have a biosecurity plan, experts encourage you to contact the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture for guides and resources. The Farm Babe Pam Yaki told us you could also contact a veterinarian.
6:38, let's take a live look outside on a Thursday morning. We are tracking those alert days. Right now, all is calm and quiet across southern Wisconsin. Just a few flakes flying this morning. It's this afternoon where we're going to see the major impacts, and our Kelly Slifka will time it out and let us know just how much snow is going to fall.
Well, the Beltline dead this morning.
Yeah, it is.
Not much traffic out there at all. And, oh yeah, you know what time of year it's almost. Allergy season. It could come early this year. That's in your Morning Health Watch.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Garage doors are just like us. They don't like the cold weather. But if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready. We always show up in a fully stocked vehicle so we can get the job done today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He will come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
It's spring break at Bob's, so take a break from shady price furniture like this competitor's farmhouse set. I paid a whopping $15.29 for it. My Montana has a similar farmhouse look, but I offer dining and counter heights and your choice of 6 chairs or 4 chairs and storage bench with comfy Bobapedic seating for just $9.99. Is theirs really worth $530 more? I agree.
For 75 years, DePaco has been more than local. It's a member-owned, not-for-profit cooperative that has grown into a vital community resource, a place where members can build a life worth loving. When you join DePaco, you own it. Your money stays here, enriching the lives of your friends and neighbors. DePaco strives to carry out the mission envisioned by the 10 meatpacking employees who founded it, to create a brighter community for all. To learn more about DePaco and how to become a member, go to depaco.com/join.
Remember this, and the false elector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Their daughter has Rett syndrome.
She's all there mentally, but she's locked inside a body.
News 3 Now's Arman Rahman shares a family's struggle to move forward and the financial roadblocks that come with the diagnosis. Driven to Care. Tonight at 10. A high-stakes election for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. News 3 Now presents a debate between candidates Daniel Kelly and Janet Protasewicz in a Campaign 2023 special. Tuesday, March 21st at 4 p.m. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch at 6:41 this morning, we are seeing a record early start to allergy season. I know I'm not looking forward to this. Allergy-triggering pollen is hitting the southern and eastern states earlier this year than ever before. Waves of the yellow-green dust are saturating the air and coating everything from windshields on vehicles to sidewalks.
Ugh, that's it right there. That's the image, right?
It is terrible.
Where we just,
usually you see it around the area lakes here.
Yes.
In Washington, D.C., the first high tree pollen count appeared a month ago, hitting a record high for this time of year. It comes after an exceptionally warm February in the south and east and is part of a trend blamed on climate change.
You get allergies pretty bad?
I do, yes.
It's hit or miss. Okay, so right now the CDC is announcing some new grants under its Overdose Data Action Program to help drive down the rising rate of overdose deaths. In the latest numbers, 300 people are dying every day from drug overdoses. The grants will help fight fentanyl, opioids, and help implement some new surveillance strategies to help fight these drugs at the source. The strategies will also look to help communities track data to create the best strategies to fight the drug epidemic.
Here is your final reminder about a day of warmth. News 3 Now is partnering up with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Energy Service Inc. for a day of warmth. This is a telethon and donation drive to raise money for those in need across the state. It will be held this afternoon between 4 and 6:30 p.m., but you can donate ahead of time. There's a link on channel3000.com.
Big story of the day. It's an alert day. We have some snowfall. We're tracking. Kelly's here with the latest. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like the snow will start to pick up as we go into the afternoon, mainly the mid to late afternoon hours. And, of course, that's going to be affecting the evening commute. So as we look at 5, 6 o'clock hour, upwards of an inch here in the Madison area. But as you can see off to the west, already picking up an inch or two. of snow because it'll be snowing a little bit sooner to the west. But as we look into the 10 o'clock hour, already picking up 2 to 4 inches. So that'll be the time frame when the snow is coming down at a fairly good clip. And even though the temperatures will likely be above freezing, some of this will be melting on contact, but it'll be coming down fast enough that we will see some accumulation on the roadways. By midnight, I think that's when we're going to get the bulk of the snow. So basically from about 4 o'clock this afternoon up until about midnight, but still some steady light snow overnight. We've had a few flurries this morning. A lot of that's starting to move on out, but this is the surge of moisture just cruising along Iowa right now, hitting Des Moines. So southwestern Wisconsin, probably in the next few hours, starting to see some of that lighter snow moving on in. Here in Madison, though, just cloudy skies throughout the morning hours. No problems on the roads. Temperatures in the 30s. But as we get the noon hour, some of the light snow moves in. Then between 3 and 6 o'clock, we'll start to see moderate snow starting to develop and starting to cause some problems. That's why we do have the first warn alert day for that moderate, occasionally some heavy snow later this afternoon through tomorrow morning. Total accumulations of 4 to 7 inches, and this will be affecting all of southern Wisconsin. So the impacts are going to be heaviest going into later this afternoon through the evening. That's when we'll expect the more moderate to heavy snow. Roads will become snow-covered and slippery later this evening and into Friday morning, even though a lot of the snow falling from the sky will be done with. It'll just have the after effects for tomorrow morning. That snow should be lightening up pretty quickly by the rush hour tomorrow morning. Right now we're sitting at 35, 36 in Janesville. Temperatures across Dane County, generally in the mid-30s, 34 in Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove in Oregon, 33 in Verona, 33 in Mount Horeb. So we'll watch it on our future tracks. So some lighter snow starting to spread into the Madison area around noon, obviously a little bit sooner off to the southwest. And as you go into the mid to late afternoon hours, 3, 4 o'clock, moderate snow starting to move into the Madison area. And all the area into the late afternoon and evening, we'll see moderate snow up until about midnight. Then it will lighten up, but we are expecting this snow to be fairly steady overnight, even though it will be lighter, kind of a slow-moving system moving on out. Just some flurries expected for tomorrow morning, but then we'll have that wind on the backside out of the northeast that'll be picking up. So this is what we're looking at, about 4 to 6 inches across many areas. As you go toward Milwaukee, they made a little bit of a lake effect snow here in southern areas of the state. And then we got another system. Saturday, it looks like Saturday night into Sunday morning, we'll have another system may produce an inch or two, it looks like right now. So the active weather continues, it looks like, for much of this week. Our first warn forecast brings in the alert day this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow morning. Temperatures are fairly chilly this weekend. We are looking at some of that snow to develop Saturday night into Sunday morning, maybe an inch or two. Once again, we'll kind of fine-tune that as we get a little bit closer to that event. But still fairly active next week, and temperatures remaining below average.
All right, Kelly, thank you. We are working for the weekend in a 608 this morning with a look at what's happening around town. We're helping you plan out the weekend this morning, including one of our favorite events. Take a listen. St. Patrick's Day fast approaching. That means it's time for the annual St. Patty's Day Parade in Madison. It is back after a 3-year hiatus. So this is going to be a big one for the 23rd year, happening this Sunday afternoon at 1:30, of course, on the Capitol Square. Before that, at noon, the Dane County Shamrock Club will be raising an Irish flag in the Capitol Rotunda. That will be followed by a raffle drawing at the corner of Wisconsin Avenue and Mifflin Street at 1:20. Proceeds will benefit the University of Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, Gigi's Playhouse, and Logan's Heart and Smiles. The Spring Flower Show returns for 2023 at Old Brick Botanical Gardens. So even though it's winter outside yet, here's a glimpse of hope. You can explore a stunning scene of handcrafted displays bursting with hundreds of blooming spring flowers. This year's theme is the wonder of seeds. Admission is paid at the door, $8 for adults ages 13 and up, $5 for kids 6 to 12. It is free for those 5 and under and for Old Brick members as well. Canoeacopia 2023 is back at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. It's happening Friday through Sunday. Organizers describe it as an all-weekend paddle expo with many informative classes, expositions, and vendors. You are encouraged to get your tickets online right now. Remember, we are your home for happenings in the 608. You can go to our section of channel3000.com or click on the Madison Magazine Community Calendar.
Unfortunately, any plans to go to Chicago and watch the Badgers are scrapped.
It's such a bummer.
It really is. But hey, you can look at it this way. If you were going to go down, You got a lot of cool stuff you can do here in Madison.
Both inside and outside. So hopefully the St. Patty's Day Parade isn't too snowy on Sunday, but we also know nothing really stops Wisconsinites either.
Sure.
So they love to celebrate any sort of holiday.
Hardy. Nice and hearty.
You betcha.
Good stuff today, Josh. Hey, don't forget, let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, why Wisconsin's Attorney General is making his case for more crime funding.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The acid reflux felt like just the worst burning in your throat that you can imagine. It's almost like a fire in your throat. The LINX procedure was one of the best decisions I have made. It has changed my life, and the burning is gone.
People remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Customize and save.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $19.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the LINX device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Save big
at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul making his case with lawmakers for crime lab funding. Kaul hosting legislators at all 3 of Wisconsin's crime labs, giving them tours to show how workers there help solve complex crimes. The crime labs around the state are currently experiencing a shortage of workers, delaying much needed DNA analysis for criminal proceedings. Kaul says he would like to see funding for an additional 16 employees.
A heartbreaker for Badger men's basketball last night. The Buckeyes of Ohio State knocked Bucky out of the tournament. The Badgers were down 18 in the first half, 27 at one point in the second half, but they rallied back, led by that guy, Tyler Wall. They closed the gap to within 4 points. They could not complete the comeback, though, and lose 65-57. they still have a slim chance to make the NCAA tournament.
A Wausau man was caught in the early hours of the morning distributing anti-Semitic flyers on people's porches. City officials and local rabbis say the letters are likely from the Goyen Defense League, or GDL. The Anti-Defamation League says GDL is a far-right radical organization responsible for similar incidents around the nation.
Massive ships breaking through the ice up on Lake Superior to clear way for this year's shipping season. The ships are also focused, though, on doing some research and helping detect and clean up oil spills. The research is specifically targeted towards cleaning up spills on the Great Lakes. The data collected will help shipping crews have a roadmap to respond quickly and effectively if needed.
For the first time, 2 former Cook County, Illinois prosecutors are facing charges of misconduct. This is after a case where a man spent decades in prison for murders he did not commit. Jackie Wilson was wrongfully convicted of murdering 2 Chicago police officers and served 36 years in prison for it. The prosecutors face charges of perjury, obstruction of justice, and official misconduct.
The United States Army is rebranding. It's struggling right now to hit recruitment goals. The service released a couple of new commercials. One's narrated by Marvel actor Jonathan Majors here. He takes viewers through generations of the Army from the Revolution to World War II. Another video focuses on non-combat opportunities like careers in science and technology.
Well, if you've ever played hacky sack, listened to grunge music, or tied a plaid shirt around your waist, guilty here as well. A new Sunny D seltzer could brighten your day.
I don't know about that.
I feel like I can taste this already. It's being branded as Sunny D Vodka Seltzer and got its start when people told the manufacturers about using Sunny D as a mixer. The drink hits Walmart shelves this Saturday.
Hard pass for me on that one. Full moon in March, known as the Worm Moon. Check out these images from Italy by the Roman Forum, showing just how it illuminated the night sky there. For those tired of winter, the Worm Moon is a sign of a beginning of our transition into spring.
But first, more winter, Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like the winter weather advisories will be in effect. We're waiting for spring, but not going to be with us over the next week or so, it looks like. Winter weather advisories actually officially in Madison from 2 to 6 o'clock. Winter storm warnings start at noon there in Grant, Crawford, and also Richland counties. So we're looking at the snow to spread in from the south and west going into the late morning hours in the afternoon. Now, planning your day this morning here in Madison should be dry, but by the noon hours, some light snow moving in. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Notice the temperatures start to drop, but remaining above freezing. But we are looking at some moderate to heavy snow occasionally, it looks like, by the late afternoon and evening. So this morning, quiet. We'll start to see some of that light snow spread into southwestern Wisconsin as we go into the late morning. By the noon hour in the Madison area, light snow moving in. As we get to 3, 4 o'clock, it will become moderate snow, and that will continue right through the rush hour and the evening. Could be coming down at a pretty good clip, and I think that's when we're going to see the most of the accumulation. So therefore, we do have the first warn alert day today and tomorrow. Temperatures still chilly. Another system may bring us some snow. It looks like on Sunday.
Keep it here, folks. We'll keep tracking that alert day with a live report at 7:26.